Welcome back to the Total Quality Management series. I'm glad you're here. Today we're exploring a critical component of TQM that helps us move from reactive firefighting to proactive excellence, risk-based thinking or RBT. We'll break down the what, why, and how of managing uncertainty in quality systems, and show how it aligns with international standards like ISO 9001 and AS 9100. Let's get into it. Risk-based thinking is an approach that encourages organizations to identify potential issues before they arise, so they can be avoided, minimized, or turned into opportunities. Instead of waiting for problems to occur and then reacting, RBT asks, what could go wrong? What would the impact be? How can we prevent it or prepare for it? This proactive approach is central to modern quality management. It's about embedding risk awareness into all aspects of your QMS, from strategic planning to day-to-day operations. Here's the key idea. Every decision has a risk. RBT helps us make smarter, more informed decisions that align with quality goals. TQM isn't just about improving processes, it's about sustaining those improvements and building trust with customers. That's only possible when you anticipate threats that could derail performance. Risk-based thinking supports several TQM principles. Customer focus. You reduce the chance of delivering defective or late products. Continual improvement. You proactively eliminate future problems, not just current ones. Process approach. You build stable, repeatable processes that are designed to handle variability. Without risk awareness, even the best improvement initiatives can fail. For example, imagine optimizing a production line for speed without considering that faster cycles could overheat equipment and increase failure rates. That's a risk that needs to be balanced. Let's look at how formal standards guide us. ISO 9001-2015 introduced risk-based thinking as a foundational element. Clause 6.1 of the standard, Actions to Address Risks and Opportunities, requires you to do the following. Determine risks that could affect the QMS's ability to deliver conforming products and services. Plan actions to address those risks. Integrate those actions into the QMS processes. The standard doesn't prescribe a specific method, but it does require that your approach is proportionate to the potential impact. AS 9100, the aerospace-specific version of ISO 9001, takes this further. It demands formal risk management planning, documented risk assessments, controls for project and operational risks, risk reviews throughout the product lifecycle, and inclusion of opportunity management. In highly regulated industries, risks like supplier delays, design flaws, and process instability could lead to non-conformance, customer dissatisfaction, or even safety issues. AS 9100 responded to this with detailed requirements. Let's talk about the types of risks that quality managers should look out for. Process risk, for example, a manual inspection step with high variation between operators. The implication here is increased scrap or rework. Product risk. An example of this would be a design with tight tolerances not supported by manufacturing capability. The implication? Non-conforming products and warranty claims. Compliance risk. Think about regulatory changes in export control or safety standards. The implication could be legal penalties or loss of certification. Supplier risk, for instance, a sole source supplier with inconsistent delivery. The implication can be line stoppages or late shipments. Strategic risk. An example could be shifting resources to a new product line without evaluating team readiness. The implication here is compromised quality across both product lines. Each of these risks affects quality, cost, delivery, or customer satisfaction, and must be proactively managed. To manage risk, we must first identify it. Here are proven tools to help. Failure modes and effects analysis, or FMEA. This is a structured brainstorming tool that ranks potential failure modes by severity, occurrence, and detection. It's especially powerful in design and manufacturing. SWOT analysis, strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, threats, great for assessing risk from a business or strategic perspective. Process flowcharts and SIPOC diagrams. These help visualize where things could go wrong in a process. Bottlenecks, unclear roles, or missing inputs often reveal hidden risks. Cause and effect, also known as Ishikawa diagrams, are useful for reverse engineering root causes, but also for predicting future risks by asking, what could lead to this failure? Risk registers. This is a formal tool used in AS9100 systems to track risks over time, assign ownership, and follow up on mitigation. Here's a pro tip. Involve cross-functional teams. Operators, engineers, quality personnel, and suppliers all have different perspectives on risk. Once risks are identified, how do we handle them? Here are common mitigation strategies. Process controls. Add safeguards like poka-yoke, also known as mistake-proofing or interlocks. Preventive maintenance. Reduce machine failure risk through regular servicing. Training. Reduce human error through effective onboarding and skill development. Design reviews. Catch risks early by involving quality and production in the design phase. Supplier audits and development. Monitor and improve your supplier capability. And let's not forget prevention, the holy grail of total quality management. Prevention means creating conditions where defects and failures are unlikely to occur at all. For example, automating critical measurements to remove manual error, selecting robust materials to reduce product failures, building in redundancy for high reliability systems. It's an investment, but the cost of prevention is almost always lower than the cost of failure. Risk-based thinking works best when it's not just an isolated activity, but embedded into your entire quality management system. Here's how to make that happen. Define risk criteria. Decide how you will evaluate risks, likelihood, impact, detectability, and what thresholds require action. Embed RBT in planning. From management review and objectives to project planning and product realization, ask, what are the risks and opportunities? Integrate with CAPA and audit programs. Use audits and corrective action systems to uncover latent risks. Use data to monitor risk. Track key performance indicators like scrap rate, on-time delivery, customer complaints, and non-conformance trends. These are signals. Train your team. Teach employees to recognize and report risks. Make risk part of daily conversations, not just special reviews. Culture matters. When people feel safe to speak up about what could go wrong, your entire organization becomes more resilient. Risk-based thinking turns quality from something reactive to something strategic. It's not about avoiding risk altogether. That's impossible. It's about being smart, prepared, and intentional. If you're serious about building a sustainable quality system, whether for ISO 9001 or AS9100 compliance, embracing risk-based thinking is essential. Until next time, remember, prevention is better than cure, and quality is no accident. Check out our other training videos in this series where we continue to delve deeper into the 6 pillars of total quality management, as well as tools, benefits, and how to implement TQM in your organization. Thank you for joining, and don't forget to subscribe for new videos from All Things Quality.